How to make $100,000 in real estate. You might be brand new in real estate, or you might be a 10-year veteran. Either way, I'm glad you're here. Hello, my friends. Rachel Adams-Lee here, coming to you from Northern California. I'm so excited to get to connect today because we're talking about one of my all-time favorite things, real estate. And not just real estate, but how to thrive in this market. A lot of people just kind of like get in and they're like, it's going to be so easy. I'm going to be able to make my own schedule. Everything's fantastic. I'm going to make so much money. And is that all possible? Absolutely. But I will tell you this, the most successful realtors treat this business like a business, because it is. This is not your hobby. This is your business. That is what's going to fund your life, going to help you create a legacy for your family and do all the things you want to do. My husband and I always talk about like, what is happiness? What is success to us? And to us, it means doing what we want to do, when we want to do it, with who we want to do it with. In real estate, it's given me the platform to do all of this. Before I dig in, I think it's important to share a little bit about myself and how I got into this industry and a little bit of my journey. So again, my name is Rachel Adams-Lee, and I've been in real estate now for about 12 years. When I got into real estate, it was 2012. There were short sales, there were REOs. Everybody was like, don't go into real estate. And truth be told, at that point in my life, I was in a really unhealthy marriage. I was paycheck behind a paycheck. Like, it was a very dark time for me. But I knew that my grandma was a realtor. My dad was a broker for 42 years. And I saw a lot of really amazing things about real estate, but I also saw some stuff that I didn't like. And yet, when I jumped into real estate, I knew that it could help change my life and I could change the lives of others, right? Building wealth through real estate, helping them with the biggest financial decision they'll ever make, which is buying or selling a house. So I jumped in with both feet, literally. My first year, I door knocked 200 doors a week and I did 3 open houses a week. Literally every single week, knocking 200 doors, doing 3 open houses, and I didn't sell any homes for the first 4 months. But I think of my business like a toy car. Like, here's me, right? And I'm like doing the right thing, doing the right thing, doing the right thing. And then when I let go, all that momentum was built and zoom, my career took off. So even though I didn't sell any homes for those first 4 months, I sold 39 homes the first year, then 109, then 123. And 3 years in, I hit Wall Street Journal's top 1,000 agents in the country. I still have that designation today. And I love what I get to do. And people always ask me, like, what is the key to success? How have you done what you've done? And so what I thought I'd do today is I want to break down like 4 main ideas for how you can build this business and structure your business so that you can make 6 figures in real estate. You can make 100,000 or more. And I'm telling you, if you stick to this system and these ideas, you're going to kill it. It's going to be so good. And I really am an open book, and I'm so happy to help anybody grow. So go follow me on social media. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube under Rachel Adams-Lee. And I promise if you send me a question, I will always respond to you. All right, you ready? Let's dig in. You're going to hear me talk a lot about lead generation. Lead generation is generating leads. Like, what are the activities you're doing to generate leads for your business? So when I have an agent on my team, I sit them down and I say, okay, I want you to think of your business like the legs of a chair. If there are 4 legs to a chair, that gives that chair a strong foundation, right? It's sturdy. You can sit in it. You're not going to fall. I want you to think of your business like that. So we actually have you build a business with a strong foundation. And so what are the legs to your chair? And I want you thinking, what are the lead generation legs to your chair? Number 1 for all of us, database, the people who like us, who love us, who want to do business with us. 2 through 4 is different for every person. For me on my team, we have our database, we have social media, we have door knocking and open houses, and then we have online leads. But that last leg could be online leads. It could be working with investors. It could be business to business relationships. Like, you can totally change that. But I think that if you are a realtor in this business, you should be focusing on your database, on social media, on open houses and door knocking. And then you get to choose what that last leg is for you. Number 1, your database. Your database is the people who like you, who love you, who want to refer business to you. But you have to stay top of mind. You have to stay in front of them, and you have to always be adding value. I remember when I started my business, I was always thinking, okay, how can I add value every single day to the people around me? Because I was 26 years old when I got in, and everybody said we were like used car salesmen. I just remember thinking, why do they think that about us? Well, it's because most realtors are about how much money they can make, how many houses they can sell, forgetting that this is people's biggest financial decision they're ever going to make in their life, and they're trusting me, they're trusting you. So this is about the value you can create with someone. This is about the trust you create with someone, right? This is about building the relationship. And I always say that real estate is a relationship-based business. By the way, we just happen to be in the business of buying and selling houses. So how do you stay in front of your people? Well, I want to use a little analogy. I want you to think about, you want to go to Nordstrom and you want to buy a pair of jeans, right? So you go to Nordstrom and you're like, I'm going to buy a pair of jeans. I know the size I'm going to get. I know the brand. So you walk in and someone at the front desk greets you and they're like, hey, how can I help you? You're like, oh, I'm good. I know the pair of jeans I want to go grab. So you go to the women's department, you grab your pair of jeans. Sorry, I have allergies. We're in California and I'm kind of dying today. So you grab your pair of jeans and you're like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to get. And you, are looking through the jeans and someone comes up to you and says, oh, can I help you find your size? You're like, nope, I'm good. Then you walk to the dressing room and someone says, can I unlock the door for you? You're like, yes, please. I need your help. So I find the pair of jeans I want to purchase and I walk out and the person who unlocked the door for me says, can I ring you up? And I say, yes, please. Now that person earns my business. That person gets the commission because Nordstrom works on commission. I don't say, oh, actually, my loyalty lies with the person who welcomed me at the front door. No, because the person who stays in front of me gets my business. So we have to position you to be in person in front of your clients. So with your database, you have lots of different options. You can call your database. You can email your database. You can do something called pop buys where you drop by with something of value for them. You can text message your database and you can host client events. The number one thing you want to do is just come up with ways to be personal, stay in front of them and connect with them. We actually have a something we call our 33 touch, where 33 times throughout the year we do things for our database to connect with them, to add value to them, to stay in front of them. So this is what it looks like. So what we actually do is we took the 12 months of the year and we broke it down and we were like, who are we as a team? How do we want to add value? And so we do certain things like in October, we shared the local pumpkin patch locations. In June, we share the 4th of July fireworks locations. We do a lot of fun stuff around mimosas. We have mommy's mimosas, Santa and mimosas. So we're always inviting them to that. We do family fall photos in the park. You have to check out a few of these pictures. They're the cutest. I think one of the mistakes that a lot of realtors make is they work really hard to get the business, they earn the business, and then they're so focused on the next business, they forget to stay in touch with the clients who actually worked with them already. So that's called getting your referrals. And you want to make sure you stay in front of the people and stay the person that they want to have in their life so that they're always thinking of you when they need to buy or sell a house. Another thing you can do for your database is call them. Call your database and let them know that you just joined real estate and you're so excited about this career. And if they're looking to buy or sell, you're so excited and honored to be the realtor that they're going to choose moving forward. And you'd love to let them know how much their house is worth in today's market or answer any questions that they have. So whenever an agent joins my team, we're a top 1,000 team in the country and we're with Keller Realty, which is like the #1 brokerage. So we can always say, I'm so excited. We just joined the #1 team with the #1 brokerage and we're so excited to be your realtors of choice. But whatever brokerage you join, wherever you're at in your career, give them a market update, stay in front of them, send them a business card. You just want to make sure that when they think of you, that they think real estate, right? And so I always lead with something personal when I'm connecting with them. So like when we send out our letter, so all of our agents, when they jump onto the team, they send out an actual letter to their database and it's a whole templated thing, but we always start with the personal, like reaching out to them, share a personal update of what's happening in our life. And then we jump into the business, because remember, you always lead with the personal and the business will follow. And don't forget to pop in a business card with that letter, because it really does kind of set you as a professional and make a difference. Number 2, door knocking and open houses. All right, so I shared with you that I started my business door knocking 200 doors a week and doing 3 open houses a week. I will tell you that if you are in real estate and you want to build your business, this is one of the fastest ways you can do it, because people walking into open houses are literally saying, hey, I want to buy a house, I'm right here. And I would encourage you, now granted, I did 3 every single week. I don't expect everybody to do that. And what I will tell you is that lead generation, so generating those leads, is the #1 thing you can do for your business. So door knocking and open houses actually work really well together, because when you're going to host an open house, you have to prospect ahead of time for that open house. Prospecting means you're looking for the buyers and the potential sellers, right? But you want to tell them about that open house. So what it looks like for me is I select an open house in an area that I'm looking for clients in and a price point that I like that's going to help me hit my goals. And what I mean by the price point you want to work in is if you want to work with, $800,000 buyers or $1 million buyers, you're not going to be hosting a $230,000 open house. So you pick the open house around your goal, right? And then how are you going to get the people to come to the open house? So for me, we do a combination of knocking on doors and inviting them to the open house, which I'm going to give you a really good script for. We will dial, so it's called circle calling, but we'll actually dial around the neighborhood. So we take a radius around the neighborhood, like here's the house, and we call around and we basically say, hey, we have this new house that just came on the market. It's going for $25,000 more than the seller thought it was. We'd love to invite you to come see the open house. If you have a friend you want to move in as a neighbor, or if you want to know how much your house is worth, I'd love to help you with that too. So we're calling with that. But the script we door knock with is we'll take, this is like genius. You're going to really like this. So we have an open house, right? And we take a flyer. On one side of the flyer is the information for the open house. On the other side, it's something of value, you guys. Maybe it's something of value, like where kids eat free. So all the places kids eat free locally, because remember, you're not just here for them in real estate, you're here for them for all things locally, because you always want them thinking of you. So here's my door knocking script. So I knock on the door, they answer, and I say, hey there, my name's Rachel. I'm your local realtor. I just want to give you a little courtesy notice. We're going to have a little extra traffic in your area from 1 to 3 on Saturday. I'm actually hosting an open house for your neighbor. And I don't know if you know this, but their house actually went for $25,000 more than they thought it would on the market, which is awesome because that means that prices are going up in your neighborhood. Because of that, now a bunch of your neighbors want to know how much their house is worth. Did you want to as well? One of the biggest mistakes people make when they're door knocking for the open house is they're not looking for listings. You guys, listings is the bread and butter of this business. You're going to have buyers all day long, but when you're the buyer, you have to get the seller to accept your offer. When you're the seller, you get all the buyers coming to you and you get to choose whose offer you accept. And I have a really cool way of making every listing turn into 2 more listings. So what's really neat about the open houses and the door knocking is you just have this cool opportunity to have that belly to belly to be in front of people and really build that relationship. And if you want more tips on door knocking, I have 2 videos on my YouTube channel that you can take a look at, and they can give you my best practices and tips for how to really just take over that door knocking. Number 3, social media. And I will tell you, this is by far my favorite form of lead generation because I really have shifted a lot of my focus to this. And in fact, at this point, about 80% of my business comes from social media. In fact, last year we had 131 referrals come through social media, through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So this is what I'm super, super passionate about. So I'm going to give you some of my best tips and tricks on social media for this to help be a leg of your business to build it. But I also have a social media masterclass if you're like, yes, this girl is talking to me. I want to master social media. I've got all the things to help you with it. So first thing, when you think about building a business through social media, you want to think about showing up consistently, adding value to people, and coming up with ideas that they really want to engage with and connect with you. So somebody might find you because you're in real estate, but they're going to stick around because of who you are and how you make them feel, okay? How you make them feel. And truth of social media is you're either doing one of 2 things. You're either educating people or you're entertaining them. That's really what you're doing with social. And so when I sit down with my agents, one of the first things I do is I say, all right, I want you to grab pen to paper and I want you to write down 5 pillars of content. 5 things you're passionate about. These are gonna be the 5 things you talk about on social media. A lot of realtors make the big mistake of like, oh, look at my open house, look at my new listing, look at my award, look at me, look at me, look at me. And it's like, okay, Brachiosaurus Rex, like get out of here with that, right? Like it's like if you only talk about real estate and you talk about what you do, they're going to delete you, they're going to block you, they're going to unfollow you. Real estate is what you do. It's not who you are. And remember, people work with people that they like and they like you, but they want to know what you're doing. They want to know what you're thinking. They want to know what makes you tick, what you do on the weekends, because people work with people they like. And so they want to have something in common with you. And then they're like, yeah, I definitely want to have her or him be my realtor. So you're going to come up with 5 things you're passionate about. Only 1 gets to be real estate. The other 5 is you guys. It's what you're doing. It's what you're reading. It's what you're eating. It's what makes you tick. It's like why somebody would be friends with you on the weekend, right? Like this is you as a person, okay? So if you go on my Instagram and you start to check me out, you're literally going to see me talk about real estate and being an entrepreneur. You're going to see me talk about personal growth and being the best version of myself. You're going to see me talk about my super hot husband and my kids because I'm a boy mama of 3. You're going to see me just really talk about the different things that matter in my life. Like one of my passions I talk about is positive body image, because I, had a bunch of fertility issues, and we've had 4 miscarriages, and, all the things that have happened in my life to get me where I am today. It's taken a toll on my body. And so I'm on this journey of like self-love. I talk about that because other people are struggling with the exact same thing, and it makes me a human. It makes me connect with them. And then, by the way, I happen to sell houses too, right? And I think with social media, you have this really unique opportunity to like connect with people, to add value to them, to add value to their lives, not just in business, but their personal lives as well. Like, I want to be the one person they come to, whether they need a house, a hairstylist, a vacation planner, an interior designer. Like, I always say to them, and I have this sheet that I give all my clients, it's called my client concierge sheet. And I always say to them, my goal is to know what you need before you even know you need it. And then I give them this list, and they're like, wow, like you have everything covered. I'm like, I got you, right? That's how I want them to feel in person and also online. So you have your 5 different things that you have on social media. So how often are you posting? I want you posting at least 3 times a week, with a post. And I want you to get into the business of doing reels, because the video reels is the number one thing the algorithm favors above all else right now. And you need to get in front of your competition. Now, I will tell you that I have a weekly reel service that I've created for realtors that's only $97 a month. And literally what I do is I take a trending reel in real estate, I record it. On every Monday, you get an email that says your reel is ready to recreate. You shoot the raw footage, send it into my team. We'll edit it, put the captions on, write the hashtags, give you the geo hashtags, find the trending audio, and you just have to post it. If you're not doing a reel at least once a week, you are missing a massive opportunity for business. So all of our weekly reel clients are realtors, and one of our clients, she posted one of our reels and she got 4 leads from it, you guys. Another one, her social media is up 445%. This is gonna help grow your social media, get that engagement up, and then every time you have new followers, new friends, and more interactions, you have opportunities for more clients, more referrals, and more connections. And what about stories? So stories are up for 24 hours. It's like the behind the scenes, the snippet into your life. The current algorithm wants you doing 10 stories in 24 hours. If that stresses you out, if that freaks you out, deep breath. Remember, you got to start somewhere. Just start with your posts. Sign up for the weekly reels. We got you. It's going to be okay. People always ask me when the best time to post is. If you Google it, you might get like 6:12 in the morning till 7:14 a.m. Don't stress about that. I want you just thinking in the morning. When you make your post in the morning, okay, you want to make your post in the morning because then you have the most amount of time for people to respond throughout the day. And again, the point of social media is to have interaction, right? Now let's talk about best response. Okay, now let's talk about how to hit the algorithm. Now let's talk about how to hit the algorithm and really make an impact on people. So with the current algorithm right now, you're only seeing 7 to 10% of your friends. Literally only 7 to 10% of your friends are seeing what you're doing. So how do you get in front of the algorithm and have more people see your content, right? Remember the jeans analogy? You want to be the person in front of your people. And I want you to think of the algorithm almost like tools. So we'll use Instagram for our example, right? You can make a post, you can comment on something, you can like something, you can go live, you can do an IGTV, you can do a reel, you can audio text, you can send a direct message. That's 8 different things. I had to count how many things that was. That was 8. So that's 8 different things you can do on Instagram or Facebook, right? And I want you thinking of every one of these things as a tool. And the more tools you use on social, the more eyes you're going to get on your content, okay? And so when I make a post, this is kind of my system. I make my post, and then 1 hour later, I go back in and I comment. I connect with everybody who's connected with me because I want to get that engagement going, okay? And then 1 hour before the end of the day, I go back in and I comment back to everybody and I connect with them. When you make a post, you comment, you like, you engage, you're hitting 4 tools, and it literally tells the algorithm, oh, she's doing something right. It's waking it up. Let's give more eyes on the content. You want to make sure with social media that you're not posting and ghosting, right? So you make your post, you want to make sure that you really do set aside that time to respond and connect with people. And I'm really intentional as well. Like when I wake up and I decide that I'm going to get on social, I go to other people's pages first and I see what's happening in their world and I comment on at least 5 of them. And I actually call it my rule of 555. So when I want to wake up the algorithm before I'm going to make my post, what I do, so when I want to wake up the algorithm before I make my post, I call it my rule of 555. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 5 minutes before I make a post, I'm going to comment on 5 people's post, a comment of 5 words or more. So 5 minutes before I make a post, I comment on 5 people's posts, a comment of 5 words or more. And again, you're just waking up that algorithm. And then these people who wouldn't normally see your content are now going to see your content, and they're going to see you're in real estate, and you're going to be so consistent with it, right? 20% of the time you're going to talk about real estate, and 80% of the time, you're going to talk about your life. So that's another rule. How often are we talking real estate? How often are we talking personal? You're going to follow the 80-20 rule, okay? Because if 20% of the time you talk about real estate, that's enough to keep you consistent in front of them so they know it's what you do. But remember, it's not who you are. So 80% of the time, we're talking about our personal life, and that's going to keep these people excited, connected, and wanting to respond to you. Social media is such an incredible tool. Like, I love the door knocking. I love the open houses. They should be a part of your business. But you're also going to talk to one person at a time. With social media, you can talk to thousands simply with the click of a mouse. I feel like I could talk about this topic for like 8 hours, literally. But thankfully, if you guys want any more information on it, go find me on social, shoot me a message. I have the masterclass. It's an 8-week masterclass. You get access for 6 full months. I have payment plans, like all the things if you need any of that, but no pressure. And remember, when you're building your business, you are thinking of the legs of a chair, right? Your strong foundation to your chair. So you're going to have database, the people who like you, who love you, who want to refer business to you. You're going to have social media, because you cannot be a realtor in this day and age without having a social media presence. And you do want to have some focus on video there. You want to have open houses and door knocking, because that's a huge way to have people who are already actively looking be right in front of you. And then that fourth leg of your chair is going to be up to you. We do online leads on my real estate team. I have a really good YouTube video on the script we use to convert an online lead. You could also think about business to business relationships. What I mean by that is you have the one person that has that big sphere of influence around them. So say that you have a CPA, right? The CPA is the one person who has hundreds of clients around them. And if you build a relationship with that CPA or a divorce attorney or whatever that relationship looks like, then when they have a client who needs to sell their home or someone who wants to purchase, they can think of you. So I love the business to business relationship, because you have the one person that has a sphere of influence around them. And I have all the scripts and all the things to get in front of those people, because, you know, on our team, that's a really big thing we do, is we want our time to matter and be really intentional in our conversations. And then another option you could do is, working with investors, right? There's so many different ways for people to build wealth in real estate. And so you can choose, maybe that's a leg you really want to focus on. Understanding buy and holds, understanding flipping properties, understanding the BRRRR method and house hacking and Airbnb, right? Short-term rentals. There's so many different ways people can build wealth. Really, I think that fourth leg of your business, you just need to decide what it looks like for you and then dig in. Number 4, the right team or brokerage. Whether you're an individual agent just starting out right now, or you're a seasoned agent and you're running your own team, having the right team and support behind you is everything. I will tell you that when I started in real estate, I had no idea what I was doing, but I joined a brokerage that I felt like I could count on. And in fact, when I joined Keller Williams, they said they were a coaching and education company that happened to be in the business of real estate. And I know that when I'm starting in real estate, I need the coaching, I need the education, I need the motivation, I need the support. So you want to make sure that you're joining a brokerage that really is going to help take things to the next level for you. Now, if you're in real estate, and whether you're a brand new agent just starting out, or you're a seasoned agent but you're not experiencing the level of success that you want, you should really consider joining a team. I don't know if you know this, but 60% of all real estate that is being done in the entire nation right now is being done by a team. Now, when I started in real estate, I did not have a team, and yet I grew one, because I knew that I wanted to make a bigger impact on my community. I wanted to help more buyers and sellers, but I also wanted to help other people achieve their goals. So what you should look for if you consider joining a team, you want to make sure you have someone that's going to help train you, give you the systems, the tools, the scripts, so that you can reach your goals. You want someone that's going to hold you accountable, right? Not just like, hey, go ahead and do this. You're going to do this. How did it go? How can I help you? What can we do next time to make it better and give you a better result, right? You want that support, and you want that coaching, the mentorship, the person who is doing what you want to do at a high level. So whether you're joining a team or you're joining a brokerage, you want to be thinking, like, is the person who runs this team, runs this brokerage, leading their life at a high level how I want to do it? Are they making the income that I want to make? Are they doing lead generation in a way that's exciting to me? Are the client events something that align with me and my brand and like how I want to come off to my community? All those things really make a difference. And then let's talk about technology. You really want to make sure that that whoever you align with is going to be the height of technology, have the latest apps, the best CRM, the best communication tools. Like on my team, every single person who joins my team, they get access to our weekly reel service totally for free. They get training on social media. They get training on buyers and sellers and how to take every listing. They get training on their database, training on their community. They get client events provided for them. And here's just a few examples of our social media posts that we make for them. So that brings me to marketing. Whoever you align yourself with, make sure it's not like that tired old marketing that no one's gonna look at. You wanna make sure that it's great colors, good fonts, the aesthetics that grab your attention, because if it grabs your attention, it's very likely it's gonna grab the attention of your next buyer and seller. And let's not forget about leads. You also join a team because they're going to help provide you some leads to help fund your life and build your business. Now, on my team, we have a rule. When you show up and you do the things you need to do, such as calling your database, doing your open houses and your door knocking, working on your social media, then I reward you with my leads, leads from my past client, leads from my social media, online leads like Zillow and Realtor.com. So joining the right team and joining the right brokerage is so incredibly important. I want to tell you two things. Number one, if you are in my local area, we are hiring right now for my team. And I'd love to talk with you. It's not just about having a big business, but also a big life. So we want to meet with hungry, motivated agents that are ready to do the dang thing. You can be a new agent in real estate, or you can be an experienced agent. Shoot me a message, reach out. I'd love to connect with you and learn more about you and your goals and see if we're a fit. And number two, if you're not local to me, but you want to either join a team or you're interested in joining my brokerage, I can actually connect you anywhere in the entire world. I have trusted partners all over the place in Keller Williams, and really wherever you're at in your business. If you have questions, I want to help you. I want to help you grow. I love this industry. So many people were there for me as I was growing in my career. I'm still growing every single day, surrounding myself with great people that are doing what I want to do, and even in higher level than me. And yet I wanted to make this video just to connect with you and add some value to you, because $100,000 in real estate, it is so incredibly possible. You just have to surround yourself with the right people. You have to be committed to your schedule, committed to lead generation, doing the right things, having the right conversations, and not being afraid to ask for the business. Because you know what? People out there, they like you, they love you, they want to refer business to you. They just have to know that you're in the industry. And aligning yourself with the right team, the right business, the right brand, it can be a game changer. I hope you found lots of value in what we chatted about today. I'm going to go ahead and leave my contact information for you in the next slide, so that if you have any questions about either joining my team, joining a team or a brokerage anywhere in the US, or you just have any questions in general, you know where to find me.